Hello everyone, my name is Diego, and in this video I'm going to explain how the incorrect use of number, person, and gender in English can affect the clarity and understanding of a message. These three elements are essential because they help listeners identify who is doing the action, how many people or things are involved, and which pronouns correctly refer to them. Therefore, when they are used incorrectly, the message can become confusing or even completely misunderstood. So in this video, I will present 10 examples of common mistakes and I will explain um, exactly why they cause problems. So let's start with number. This refers to the correct match between singular and plural forms. For example, if the subject is singular, the verb must also be singular. And if the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. And when the number agreement fails, the listeners may misunderstand whether we are talking about one person or several. To begin with, this is a very common mistakes. Students is plural, but the verb was is singular. As a result, the sentence becomes grammatically wrong and the meaning sounds unnatural. Using the correct plural form, where maintains agreement and keeps the message accurate. So the correct sentence is the students were excited about the trip. Next, this sentence illustrates a misunderstanding of irregular plurals. Childs doesn't exist in English. The correct plural is children. So misusing plural forms can cause confusion, especially for listeners who expect standard vocabulary. So she has two children. It's the correct sentence. Sorry. Okay. This mistakes occurs because some nouns in English are uncountable, such as equipment. So adding s is incorrect and change the meaning also. Instead, we use quantifiers like more or a piece of equipment so we can use in a correct way. I need more equipment for the project. This is the correct sentence, the correct use. Now let's move on to person agreement. This refers to match between the subject and the verb according to grammatically person. English distinguish between first person, second person, and third person. When they don't match, the sentence feels unnatural and may confuse who performed the action. Let's check the first example. My brother always wake up early, but the correct sentence is my brother always wakes up learning. In this case, my brother is a third person of singular subject, which means that the verb must include the is ending in the present simple. So without the adding the s, the sentence sounds incomplete and incorrect, which causes the message to lose clarity. The second example, my mother or my sisters is cooking. My mother or my sisters are cooking. So when we use or, the verb must agree with the subject that is closer to it. So here the closest subject is to the verb is my sisters, which is plural. So if these rules is not followed, the sentence becomes confusing for the listener. The manager, along with his team, are reviewing the report. So the correct sentence is the manager along with his team is reviewing the report. This error happens because the speaker assumed that the manager plus team makes the subject plural. However, the real subject is only the manager. Along with his team doesn't not affect the main subject. So the verb must be remain singular. Now let's talk about gender agreement. In English, gender mainly appears in pronouns like he, she, and they. If the pronoun doesn't match the person being discussed, the message becomes unclear and may even sound disrespectful or clareless. So let's review the examples. My sister said that he will arrive later. My sister said that she will arrive later. Here, the mistake is obvious, but it happens very often when people speak quickly. So, using the wrong pronoun, he instead of she, can completely change who who the message refers, so causing misunderstanding. This is Luna, my dog. It is very friendly. This is Luna, my dog. She is very friendly. So this error occurs when people apply the pronoun it to animals even when the gender is no. If the dog has a name and we know the gender, we must use he or she. Carlos forgot her keys because he went in a hurry. Carlos forgot his keys because he wants in a hurry. So this example shows how mixing pronouns can confuse the listeners. Him and her cannot refer the same person. Therefore, maintaining consistent gender agreement is essential to avoid miscommunication. And the final example, someone left their jacket, there is looking for it. Someone left their jacket and they are looking for it. This example demonstrates misuse of the singular they, even though they replace he or she, it still use the plural form are. Um, Saying they is sounds unnatural and incorrect and can distract the listener from the main message. So, to conclude, using number, person, and gender correctly is essential for clear communication. Um, Errors in this area can cause confusion, change the meaning of a sentence, or make the message sound unclear. So, therefore, practicing these rules help us express our ideas accurately and improve the overall quality of our English. So, thanks you for watching.